5th grade, I will miss you this week, but I trust you're all doing well. And I'm sad as always when we can't do our labs together, but I have a plan that we'll do later this week. You have some candy that is coming home today. Don't eat it yet. There will be a reason for it. You'll find out later. We're going to review our memory work today. I want to sing the water displacement song with you, and it can be sung to Gilligan's Island theme song, which is maybe a show you are not familiar with, but it's a tune that is popular. You also can sing Amazing Grace to this tune. Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me, and onward, because it has the same number of syllables. So that's kind of fun. So I'm going to sing it. You can sing along if you want to, or not. You can sing in your head. But it goes like this. Your water displacement song for your memory work. For a boat to float upon the moat, it'll push away some water, and in that space the ship is placed in a longer only water. Then add some cargo for the trip and watch the boat go low. Look at the hull and you'll see the water level rise. But to avoid that sinking fate, the boat must equal in weight. The water it will displace, the water it will displace. And that's your water displacement song. And then we have your 7 catechism questions. Question number 1, what is density? Can you say it in your head? Density is the mass of an object divided by its volume. Here we have a picture, density, the amount of matter in a given volume, which is how close those molecules are packed or not tightly packed together. Or another way you could say it is divide the object's mass by its volume. This is the lab we were going to do, density equals mass divided by volume. But now we're not. Number 2, the question is, what makes an object have high density? Answer, it must be tightly packed with molecules. The more compact it is, the more dense it is. So of these 2, which one is the most dense? This one or this one? It's this one. That is correct. So if I have these 2 balls here, my metal ball and my ping pong ball, and my beaker of water, you can guess which one will sink. Add in the ping pong. Add in the metal. They're the same size, but different density. So one's going to sink, one's going to float. If you were to draw this, would the ping pong ball look more like this or more like this? More like that. All right, it is a low density. All right, number 3. Why do objects float in water? Why is the ping pong ball floating? An object floats if it is less dense than water. Just like the density column that we did, how we had the items on top that floated that were less dense, and then all those heavy items sank to the bottom, and then each layer was different. What is buoyancy? Buoyancy is the force of a liquid pushing upward. And here's our picture. It's the ability or tendency to float in a liquid. And related to density, objects that are less dense than the liquid they are in will float. So you would say, which one is buoyant in water? The ping pong ball is buoyant in water. The water is pressing upward while gravity is pulling down, and this is more buoyant. The ping pong ball is more buoyant, so it floats. What is gravity? The force that attracts an object toward the center of the earth. What is another reason objects float? Another reason objects float is if the buoyant force pushing up is greater than the force pulling down. So it's just another way to say, another descriptive way to say why does objects float. 1, if it's less dense than the liquid is floating in, or 2, if it's buoyant. And then you have a lovely picture there in your sheet that says the buoyant force pushing up is greater than the gravity pulling down. And then why do objects sink? Objects sink when they weigh more than the maximum amount of the water it can displace. Because a boat will displace as much water as it weighs. And if you add more and more and more cargo on there, it will increase its mass. It'll get more dense, no longer very buoyant. It'll sink. There you go. All right, there'll be more later. And for now, I hope everyone's doing well. And I'll see you later.